Well, I did a really bad thing, and being a farmer's wife, I should have known better. And I was reprimanded from it, but don't use that. But all in all, let me tell you what I did. I was rototilling the garden, and it started acting a little funny, but I just kept going, you know. And then finally, it just shut off on me, and I see it was smoking a little. Went to try to restart it, and the pull start was pretty much seized up. So then I told Sanders, and Sanders says, "Did you put oil in the engine?"
Did you?
No, I haven't put oil in the engine.
No, you haven't.
And whoops, that's my fault. And so what happened? He took it all apart. He was all excited anyways because he's never been into a Briggs motor or a Briggs engine. And so what happened?
Well, since you didn't have oil in it, well, there was very little oil. This overheated and locked onto
What overheated?
This shaft, the crankshaft, and it locked into this.
Okay.
So I could not get this cover off.
How did you end up getting it off?
Dad.
Dad helped you?
Yeah. I thought it would be something with the engine, so I took the head off, which I didn't have to do.
Okay.
I didn't have to, but I looked at the head. It had a bunch of gunk in it, so I cleaned that all up.
Well, thank you.
So that's nice and shiny. Gotta get a head gasket, and then we'll have to put that back on.
So, thankfully, it didn't do as much damage as it could have done.
I figured you locked up your camshaft, because that's what normally happens, but that looks all good and oiled.
So what all we really need to do is replace a couple gaskets.
Yep.
And put it back together, and it should run like new.
Yep.
And then maybe
Not really like new.
remind Mom once in a while to put some oil in it or check the oil.
So the interesting thing is this has got an internal governor. So when your engine spins, it spins this, and then these expand out and push this up. Well, it'd be over.
Like that.
And then that pushes against this little lever, and then that moves all the cables.
And the
The
throttle.
throttle. So if it gets
Nice.
low RPM, it will probably rev the engine up. It's a governor.
Okay. Thanks for explaining that to us. Well, I appreciate you learning.
Off the stuff you broke.
Oops.
I gotta sand this shaft down to slide in easily.
Oh, because I kind of gunked it up. Whoops.
Yeah, with overheating it expanded it.
Oh, it expanded it.
Yeah, let's just get a new piece of sand.
So, well, thank you for at least getting it, checking it out and seeing what I did to it. And thanks that it's not a...
Better put some oil in your lawnmower, otherwise that's gonna have the same issue.
I'll
Well, that might have bearings, not bushings.
check the oil from now on. Hello everyone, welcome to Acres of Clay. Today I'm cutting up the last of my meat birds that I butchered a couple days ago. So what I'm doing is I have the whole birds here, and I'm actually cutting them up because this is the breast, and I'm going to be canning the chicken breast while the rest, like the legs, these haven't been cut yet, but the wings, and I did cut some thighs off. The wings, the thighs, and where's the drumstick? Here's one. And the drumsticks, I'm going to be freezing those with the skins on, but the chicken breast, I'm taking the skins off, and I have a whole a whole bowl of those so far. I'm on my last chicken. And then I'm gonna can just the breast. I'll freeze everything else. I also have the carcass, which I will make into bone broth, and I have the necks and the feet, and those will also go into making stocks or bone broth. So we do kind of have a busy day today. We are going to be chopping some third cutting hay that of our neighbors actually. So it's not necessarily ours, but we're chopping it for ourselves because we're purchasing now. So one wing, I just kind of cut in the pit here. I'm not an expert at this, so I can't do like a tutorial or anything, but you just get a little bit better with time, I guess. Try to work so it's comfortable for you. Just like that. And then what I'll do is I'll take the tip off, the tip of this wing, and find the joint there. These will go in with the stock because there's not really any meat on there, but there's bones. So I got the 2 wings off. Now I do the legs, cut that skin. And then I just kind of pop it out of socket by bringing the legs together. And then kind of cut around here. And I always grab this little tuft here. It's got some dark meat in it. So I cut that. And then I just follow, kind of got to follow the fat line. I find that if you just follow the fat line, you'll do pretty good. And there is the thigh and the leg. And then I also will split these. So if you find the fat line between the two, stay on the leg side. Usually just cut right through it. Just like that. I'll keep the skin on, and there's your thigh. Do the same thing with this side. Cut that little dark meat right there. And then follow the fat line. There's that. Again, on the drumstick side. There we go. Find the, there you go, 2 drumsticks. Then we'll do the breast. And I am doing the skinless breast, so I'm slicing the skin off before I go any further. And that kind of just peels off. And I just kind of pull it down around it and expose the breast like that and cut it away.
Cool.
Just like this.
Okay.
Turn it on its side and you'll see this fat line right here. We're going to cut right along that because on the other side is the rib cage. So we're just going to cut right alongside. Alright, my camera battery died, so I don't know exactly where I left off because I kept working. And so now I'm just pretty much what I'm going to do is cut these. Hi, did you want to be in? I'm going to cut these up into like bite-sized pieces, and then I'm gonna cold pack them into my jars. And we'll see how much these chickens averaged. Say hi.
Hi.
He's eating breakfast.
I'm just grabbing a spoon right here. So now I'm gonna grab a bowl. Right
He knows
here.
his way around the kitchen. So my chickens averaged about 8 to 9 pounds. Some were up to 11, I think. But today's were about 8 or 9 pounds. And so I don't know exactly how much all the breast meat weighed up to be, but I need about 15 to 20 pounds to fit into 7 quarts, because that's what my canner does. So I'm gonna do at least 1 canner today. I may end up just baking some of this and then freeze drying some too. So that's another option that I have, and that way I know how it freeze dries. So I may do a test run of that. I did 7 quarts, and it did take about 15 pounds, 14 to 15 pounds. I didn't add anything with this, so it's just plain meat packed in here, and no salt, no seasonings. I don't add any water because the breast has juice of its own. I do have a video on how to process some raw chicken, so I'll leave that card up above for you to see. About 7 pounds of chicken breast left, so I will be freeze drying this. I'm going to cook it up though. So I'm dropping Sanders off, and he's gonna merge. He's taking over for Kevin. Kevin started, and then Sanders is gonna finish so that we can start chopping here shortly. So he's gonna merge this field. This is a neighbor's field, and we're buying the hay from him. This is third cut in hay. And he's off. I don't know what happened. So we're gonna come in shortly and start chopping this. It's nice alfalfa.
Ready?
Ready? I'm going to be driving the chopper because, well, I volunteered to. The chopper does not have air. I think the pump went out or something. They have a new one ordered, but it's not in yet. So yeah, I'm gonna sit through the heat and see how well this goes. I did bring some water along, so I was thinking ahead a little bit. Mackenzie's gonna drive the tandem straight truck, and Ethan's gonna come in with the Volvo and the Artex. And I think we're gonna get this done. We're only doing 2 fields. Well, it's kind of like 3 fields today. And then tomorrow we will do the rest. I'm chopping with the door open and with the window open. It's all good, just a little dusty. get very much footage today because it's hard to run anything with the door and the window wide open and the noise and the dust. And yeah, it's just different. I am thankful I brought my water. I didn't drink very much of it, but it was good to have. I don't really care for bottled water. I just don't really care for the flavor, but it's good to have on hand once in a while. And there's no cup holder here, so if I were gonna bring a cup of ice water or something of our own, there's just no place to put it. There is a little fridge here, but I don't know what's in it. Yeah, the kids have, I think Sydney has a filter in it. So I'm going to go in and maybe take a shower because I itch. There's just so much, so much dust. And Mackenzie's excited to be done. What kind of run is that?
Have so much junk that you have to bring that you can't even get in and out of the chopper. Yeah, I got your pickles. Yeah, I got your water.
You brought pickles?
I had a whole bag. Oh, it's dusty.
Yeah, it's dusty in here.
Welcome to the farm, y'all. You want to see what I was doing? Yeah, you better.
In a minute.
Hi, Dakota.
Oh, and we brought these walkie-talkies.
And they work great, better than texting. So everybody buy yourself a walkie-talkie.
Yeah,
Don't look at me.
they do. They do work a lot easier than texting. But it's hard for me to hear when the door and the window was
I
open.
can't hear nothing. It has to be right up against my ear.
And she brought pickles for a snack because why not? I guess I don't have enough snacks in the house.
Mom didn't have anything.
I haven't made cookies. I was gonna make brownies. I just haven't done anything. Sorry. What was that? Look at the pretty sky.
I know.
Woo!
You see where all the clouds end?
No, I don't. I see you.
You're
eating.
looking at me. This is what.
What are you doing? I'm sweating in here. You're gonna. Oh. You got pickle juice all over my arm. Now I definitely need a shower.
Coda, what are you doing? Come on. Come on.
No, she's not riding in here.
Okay, come on out here. We're done.
Okay. She's like, but I want to ride. I
This
can
is what I was
try.
working on. Come on, Coda.